Good morning. The story Singing Lesson, written by Catherine Mansfield, is an excellent example of unique ability to understand human psychology and behavior. In the story, we'll read about Miss Meadows, a music teacher, who is frustrated, suppressed, and injured in love. But before this, when she was in love, she was very happy. So, we read about two moments in the life of a music teacher, one which is filled with happiness and the other which is an intense, deep sorrow. When Miss Meadows receives a letter from her fiancé, Basil, telling her that he is ending their relationship, this fills her with despair. The teacher changes what she had prepared for the classes, and the students she forces to sing the saddest song of their books. And further moving to the story, we'll come to know that very soon she is summoned by the headmistress, Miss Watt, to receive a telegram from Basil asking her not to pay attention to the earlier letter. The teacher comes back to the class, smiling and asking for the students to sing another song that is full of happy and sweetness, without any explanation. So, the story depicts how the thoughts of the music teacher and the emotions change her view when she hears a scolding from the headmistress, as it was not a good sign to receive a telegram from outside, and it was not permitted to the teachers also. So when she receives the telegram, and the telegram indicates that whatever Basil has written in the beginning should be ignored by her, she still loves her. Hearing this, she is filled with joy. The story which we are reading, the singing lesson, is simple but appropriate. It conveys a real truth. The teacher's mood and thoughts affect her behavior and makes a huge impact on those around her, that is, children. The environment and the people around us reflect our own thoughts and feelings. When we talk about the style, we see that Mansfield writing techniques are excellent. She has that experimental and innovative voice. Proceeding further, children, now we come to themes. The first theme is despair. And it's really interesting to note how the cold despair within her heart seems to be reflected in the environment around her, making her tread cold corridors. Now the next is dependency. The solitariness kills her, as she was already 30. So at the age of 30, to be still unmarried was considered old at the time. And to get engaged to a man of 25 was nothing short of a miracle. Even the science mistress, she was not able to believe this in the beginning. According to Miss Meadows, people had been surprised that she had got engaged in the first place. The third theme is desperation. Miss Meadows is so desperate. She has that intense feeling, longingness for the relationship. She realizes the futility and emptiness of the life without male companionship, at least in the eyes of society. Her relationship seemed more of a convenient arrangement than a romantic pursuit. She is so desperate to get married, although the relationship does not appear to be driven by passion and romance. Everyone, including herself, found it hard to believe that at 30, as I told you, she was 30 years old, she was getting engaged to a 25-year-old man. 30, an age considered rather old to be married. She probably fears how she will be perceived by others should she remain single. Miss Meadows feels she can't continue to work at the school, as when she received the letter from the boy, and she knew that everyone was aware that she was in a relationship. But now she thought that she should quit, as she could never face the science mistress or the girls after everything. She would have to disappear somewhere. But later on, when Miss Watt tells her about the telegram has come her, the first thought that comes to her mind is that Basil has committed suicide. For Miss Meadows, Basil dying is a better thing to happen than him rejecting and leaving her alone to face society. But later on, reading the telegram, despite knowing that he did not love her, she overjoyed and willing to continue the engagement with a man who she knows does not love her or care about her feelings. It appears that she is worried about the society that is more important to her than whether Basil loves her in actual or not. Now comes symbolism. Children, as we have read now, that Miss Meadows is fond of flowers. She was filled with happiness on being engaged to a 25 years old young man. And Miss Meadows always receives a yellow chrysanthemum from her favorite student, Mary Beasley, at the beginning of every class. Miss Meadows is filled with despair after reading the letter from her fiancé, Basil, in which he states that he wished to end their engagement. That morning, she ignored the girl. She did not receive the flower, that yellow flower, which the girl gave her with love. However, when she again hears from her fiancé, who asks her to ignore the earlier letter, she is so happy, despite knowing that he does not truly love her. Her mood is uplifted and she picks up the yellow chrysanthemum and holds it to her lips to hide her smile. By her action of taking the flower, Miss Meadows is suggesting that beauty and joy are once again a part of her life. Music plays a very important role in the story The Singing Lesson. Miss Meadows is terribly distraught, and when teaching her lesson, she allows her inner turmoil to influence not only her choice of songs, but also the way in which the songs are interpreted. She first makes the class sing a lament without any expression. She does not allow her children to feel any emotion while singing, and their voices are, as a result, lifeless, mournful, and a reflection of Miss Meadows' feelings and thoughts is expressed in that. But after she receives Basil's apology letter, her music choice reflects her change in mood, and she makes the class sing a happier song with expression. Their happy emotions echoing her own voice, full deep, glowing with expression, is heard above all the other voices, symbolizing her return to happiness. We read in the chapter about the willow trees. See, children, to remain unmarried at the age of 30, at that time, it was thought not good. That is, it was a time which was considered someone's failure. And then Basil ended his relationship with her, saying that I am not a marrying man. She begins to sense a feeling of suffocation, of being trapped with the walls of her workplace. Time was running out. Her situation is precarious like the willow trees that had lost half their leaves. The future prospects of marriage for her are not very promising. The slim change that she has with Basil seems in pearl like the tiny leaves on the willow tree that clutch like fishes caught on a line. When we talk about irony, Miss Meadows, when received a letter from Basil, the headmistress told her that she does not approve of her teachers receiving telegrams in school hours, unless in case of very bad news such as death. The visual images in the story are really remarkable, like when we see down came Mary on the opening chord. Down came all those left hands beating the air. We can see contrast in the story. Miss Meadows trod the cold corridor while the girls hurried, skipped, fluttered by. And then Miss Meadows is full of cold despair while the girls are bubbling over with gleeful excitement. The despair, gloom, the hatred of Miss Meadows is contrasted with the insincerity and artificiality of the science mistress. So children, our personal life, our thoughts and feelings definitely influence our behavior and actions. It makes an impact on everything around us and everyone we interact with.